Because here's the thing, we have to remember that that very act of compassion that you're talking about, not only do we have to have it on ourselves to get to a certain point in our healing journey, but we have to have it on others as they're experiencing the different things that they're experiencing to allow room and space for them. So it is allowing ourselves to realize that there's many different phases and stages of the healing journey and not just one, because criticizing our methodology or how we got to our healing can sometimes cause us to have stagnation, if that makes sense, like healing FOMO, or like when you have decision anxiety or healing anxiety, people can get and are getting, because of all the inundation of all the different opinions and everybody saying, no, you should do it this way, no, you should do it that way. And my point of view is that, hey, everybody's kind of getting there in different types of ways, and we really can't criticize or tell someone that like one way is better than the other. So I feel like that girl's argument or her statement when she's saying, oh yeah, the only way to heal is through isolation and you don't need anybody else, that's an extreme thought. And that'll never be true in a world that works in the gray of the duality, and everything in between, right? Because it's everything in between the extremes. But also saying that, well, no, you have to be in community, without saying that like there's a time and place. And this is where I am coming from. I'm coming from, well, there's a time for isolation and there's a time for community. There will never be a time where you only need yourself, and there will never be a time where you can only do it with community. And that is just the simple truth of our existence. So that's where I was, trying to be like, how come you kind of compared it? Because even though you were using it as an example, you were using it as an example to discuss isolation. So you were giving it as an example in reference to what isolation is like. And so it's not always exile, but sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes we do, go into that state of exile. I just suggest that people don't stay there. You know what I mean? And I also suggest that people don't do that out of fear. But I also say that if that's what you have to do to get to where you need to go, if those are the mistakes that you need to make, those beautiful mistakes in your journey that you need to make them. And don't let anybody tell you you were wrong for making those mistakes, because, it's that correction from our mistakes that is our protection and is what ultimately teaches us what we need to learn, if we would so be open to learning that.